to your first Congress video. Today we're going to be focusing on just a little bit of background information about members of Congress and how our legislative branch is set up. So starting off with the bicameral legislature that we have. That word bicameral is something that we've talked about before. We've talked about it many different times throughout the year, but bicameral means two houses or two chambers. So we have a bicameral legislature in our legislative branch, and it includes the House of Representatives and the Senate. That should be like ingrained in your brain by now. Senators and representatives have a few different requirements and a few different characteristics attached to them. So we want to run through that really quickly. And in your notes, there should be a chart with three things for each side. That's what I want you to fill out now. So starting off with the Senate. The Senate includes 100 people, and we know that because each state gets 2 senators, no matter how big or small they are, and we have 50 states. If you want to be a senator, this is your second box there. If you want to be a senator, you need to be at least 30 years old. You have to be a United States citizen for at least 9 years, and you have to live in the state you're going to represent. And our senators serve 6-year terms. So they're up for re-election every 6 years. Okay. And if you need to, pause, rewind, go back and get those 3 things. On the House of Representatives side, there are 435 voting members, and every state gets at least 1 representative, but that number can go up based on their population. If you want to be a representative, you need to be at least 25 years old. You need to have been a United States citizen for at least 7 years, and you have to live in the district you're going to represent. And our representatives serve 2-year terms. So every 2 years, all members of the House are up for re-election. So moving on to the salary, this is always something fun to talk about. If you are a first-year congressperson, first-year senator, you just get elected in November and then you take office that following January, you make $174,000 a year. That's your starting salary, okay? If you are in leadership, so if you're a majority leader or a minority leader, or if you're the Speaker of the House, then you make even more than that. But $174,000 a year is your base salary. So then moving on to voting and non-voting members. And I want you to think for a second, what's the difference between a voting and a non-voting member? Obvious, right? One can vote and the other one can't. Voting members come from the states in the United States. So if we've got, we're talking about the Senate and the House. If you are a representative or a senator from a state, then you can vote. If you are the commissioner from Puerto Rico, or if you're the resident commissioner from Washington, D.C., or if you are representing one of our territories, then you're a non-voting member. So you can discuss, you can take part in legislative discussions, but you have no ability to vote because you don't represent a state. Okay? And with that, I'm going to stop. If you guys have any questions, let me know.